map number 2 for Boston Uprising versus Shanghai Staggered is going to be this. Oh, I love this. I love these ones so much. This is over on Shanghai or Shilong. What is this thing called?
You got me.
Oh man, Lijang. Don't worry,
Lijang
we're
Tower.
professionals. Lijang Tower. This is one of those maps where their booping is happening, or as we call it, environmental kills. This is going to be controlling the point. First to control 2 points on this three map pool will be the winners for this round. Boston being up 1 point. That's going to be top left in the blue. Shanghai going to have 0 points. So the current map up is in the top right in the red.
So we're going to go ahead and take a look at Shanghai's team. We're going to start with Run Lee, sticking with the Lucio. Ryu, the sub, coming in with a... I'm hoping he's packing a punch. He's playing Doomfist. Ranger is sticking with Rhine, which I love that.
Yes.
Mirari on the heels with Mercy. Chicken on Winston. And Super King sticking with Reaper.
Oh, yeah. Boston, of course, is going to be going with possibly a Farrah Mercy up in the air. We're going to have a Diva and a Winston dive tanks. Will's going to be here on the McCree. And Greco going to be pushing them forward on the Lucio. Both teams deciding to go with the back behind the point. Both Winstons diving in. Right now, Super King is doing a lot of damage onto him. Greco getting punched in the face by Rutix and also finishing off Shadow Cub. Refuge does get Greco back up, and Sky does get the pick up, finish off Super King. Wild does get Ranger, and Mark does get Runely. Super King is Rez Marai, and right now is back and forth right now. Shanghai is back 1 team member right now. Refuge unfortunately falling down, not getting anybody to help him get back up. Mark is going to pick off Marai. Rutix does get Greco in the face. And right now it is Shanghai kind of dominating this point with a lot of damage, and a lot of fisting, and a lot of shotguns to the face. Wild does finish off Rutix, however, and he's going to be trying to run away. He might get staggered while getting really low half point. Chicken Nugger coming in forward, and before Wild can get to that health pack, he's going to get staggered just that little bit more. That's going to give that much more time over to Shanghai while Boston waits for him to res.
Interesting little point here. Chicken Nugget was able to get on point mid-fight, which dragged away Sky, the Diva for Boston, and essentially broke down their team because they got split up. Diva was on point by herself, no support, and she got picked.
Right now we do have Shadow diving in on the Winston. Rutix trying to do a lot of damage, trying to poke off. A charge coming out, not finding purchase. They want a huge boop. Oh, Greco, get back on. Justice comes down, not finding a purchase. They want a High Noon. Gonna get Super King before he is then pushed back. And he also finished off Rutix. Mariah does get Super King back up. Chicken Nugget gonna get Rifu's back up as well. Or finish him off. And right now that's another full hold from Shanghai.
Excellent.
Greco just now getting back up. Unfortunately, he got super booped, and even as a Lucio was having some trouble getting back and forth and playing the side of the map, trying to get back up to his team.
Yeah, Ryu is doing an extremely well done job with Doomfist here, breaking down the push midway. Let's see if he's able to do it again.
Shadow going forward, diving forward, not going to get any help right now. The Super King is getting him down. A's fantastic. Death Blossom does get Greco, even though it was partly eaten up by Sky. Sky does finish off Ranger. Super King does finish off Wild. Mariah gets Ranger back up. And right now it's just Diva on the point for Boston. And he's going to hit Adam Mech and possibly stagger just a little bit.
Ooh, Mark, this is
now Mark did switch off the Farrah, which didn't seem to be doing a lot, even though there wasn't a direct counter to her over on Shanghai. Tracer trying to flank around the back, and a Shadow coming forward to go on the pop. A Shatter's going to get Mark and Refuge down on the ground, getting knocked back and knocked off thanks to the monkey. Great pick by Shadow Club. Right now it is a Mark does get booped off by Rutix. A Diva Bomb coming out, going to be hit in the shield of the Winston. Not going to find anybody. It is right now it is still a 5v5 Meteor Strike coming out that's going to does finish off Refuge. And right now it is just Sky on the point. Both tanks still alive here for Boston until he gets knocked out of mech. Shadow does go down to Super King, and right now it's another cleanup for Shanghai. That is a quite dominant full cap on that first point for Shanghai.
0% for Boston, 100% for Shanghai. Oh. What an incredible hold.
Yeah, I would have liked to see, it seemed like they were getting, they couldn't really deal with what was going on the defensive side from Shanghai, because it looked like Doomfist was kind of running all over the place they wanted to go, and even when Shadow would dive in with the monkey, he was just getting picked off so quick. Super King was right on the ball. I would have liked to see maybe Shadow switch to a different tank, because Shadow's doing such a great job of countering dive tanks.
Yes, he did. Ryu was key for Shanghai. He is just aggressive. He knows when to charge in. He knows when to use his ult. which they capitalized from big time.
He is going to be staying on that Doomfist, and we're not going to see any real changes coming up from Shanghai. A few changes perhaps over on for Boston. They're deciding, you know what? When in doubt, go Goats. So Shanghai going straight to the point, and right now it is Boston waiting. They're going to wait to push forward onto the point until it's about to unlock. What do you think about this?
It's a very interesting tactic. I don't know if they're going to be able to.
Now they're even waiting for it to even get on here. Now they're going. They got a Lucio boost, and they're pushing forward. Here comes the charge that gets both Ryans on the ground. Shatters coming out, or not shatters, but they do get on the ground. Nobody gets hit. A lot of swinging, a lot of damage. Greco's going to fall down to Rutix. Ranger does fall to Marks. There's a lot of damage coming out, a lot of healing going on, but there is more healing on Boston's side. Rutix falling to Shadow. Mirai does get her Ranger back up. Chicken Nugger's going to fall to Sky. A lot of damage thanks to Sky, but unfortunately gets hit on a mech. Super King does get him out. Ranger charging, almost getting charged off the map. Shadow Cub going to get King down again. Refuse finish off Mirai. And right now it is just, unfortunately, Ranger here is going to fall down to Shadow Cub. A great tactic of noticing that they had their way they were going to play is going in as a death ball. And they had way more healing than I think Shanghai was expecting.
They did. They had a lot of healing, and it's funny that Shanghai has a Reaper and Doomfist to counter essentially Goats in a way.
Yeah.
But Boston was extremely successful at making that push.
Now, to be fair, Super King is going to have Death Blossom on this as they move forward. Now, they are coming forward as a Shatter going to come out, get Super King, Runely, and Ranger on the ground. Not enough follow-up from Boston, unfortunately. Here comes the Death Blossom getting behind Ryan's shield and also not going to do anything. A grab coming out for Marks. Again, a lot of ults, no direct follow-ups. It is Boston right now cleaning up most of Shanghai. Shadow Club getting both Ranger and Mirai down. Greco able to say Runely back up. A lot of ults used on Boston's side. A lot, just no direct follow-ups. A fantastic Shatter, a fantastic grab, but nothing to follow it up. I know they're Goats, but they're just sitting there on the ground. You can hit them.
Mark, you overextended, Mark.
Wild is going to be taken down by Chicken Nugget, and a grab or a coalescence coming out. A meteor strike. Who is going to find? He's not going to find anyone. Getting Shadow. Great job shielding that up. Rutix does find that Shadow Club, even with his shield up, is a fantastic target. And right now, Shanghai is going to be the turn. It's Shanghai's turn to start getting the point, trying to stagger them just a little, getting to 71%. That's going to be still a fight and a hat for Boston. Once Boston, if they can get it one more time.
So let's see how well organized they're going to be now. They have 3 ults online. Shadow's building his. They might wait for a grab just to go in and...
I mean, a grab into a Death Blossom might work very well. You would need to wait until perhaps Diva's out of mech and the shield down from Shadow. A pushing forward on the Lucio ult. Both Ryan pushing into a grab coming out, and here comes the Death Blossom that gets Shadow and Refuge and Greco. Wow. Ranger is able to finish off Marks and Wild, and that's going to be a fantastic pushback from Shanghai, but that's basically all they had in their ult pool.
Wow, what a play by Shanghai. Great graph. That was a game-winning graph.
It was a fantastic grab that was then followed up properly. The shield from Shadow did go down, unfortunately, so he was able to get knocked down. Right now we do have Boston coming forward again. They are sticking with the Goats build. It seems to be working. Then he's going to get hit off. Shadow gets booped in the air, trying to come back and loses his Shatter in the process. A boop also finished off Wild, and Refuse does get taken down by Super King, and they're going to push forward to try and stagger them just a little bit more. They have about 10 seconds until they can get back on the point, but there is nothing in Boston's repertoire. Mark switching off to the Genji ult. They do have a Diva Bomb perhaps, but they can. There's going to be a Rhine shield there. They need 4 seconds. Then right now, Shadow's going to be charging onto the point. Gets get counter charge. Earth this coming out from Boston. Going to be shielded behind a Doomfist ult. Finding no purchase, but a lot of damage coming out. Refuse going down to Rutix, and right now it gets stunned. Runely's ults get stunned out of from Wild. Rutix get down another ult from Super King, taking down Sky and Shadow. Mark falling down to Ranger. Another fantastic hold from Shanghai. It just seems like this was their map.
Ryu. It's all I gotta say. The sub came in, and he is packing a punch.
Oh, yeah.
Doing everything to destroy the other team with their comps, with their pushes, and there's no way for Boston to come up with a solution to this problem.
Now, what could Boston have done to counter this Reaper? Because they were running Goats, and again, Goats is pretty well countered by a Reaper. A lot of damage, a lot of healing coming out from the Reaper as well, essentially thanks to the health leech that they added a few patches ago. But what could Boston have done differently?
I would have suggested a little spiciness with May. A
Mm-hmm.
little May there to break up their defensive hold. Maybe isolate one of their DPS as overextending. Maybe one of the tanks was overextending, because I did notice that on their defensive side, Shanghai, when they held the point, they at times they were chasing after some Boston players, and that's
Yes.
great. But if you're able to break that and capitalize from that overextending,
Mm-hmm.
then that would have made a whole difference for them.
Oh, yeah.
But the goats, it works. They did try the Brigida to counter that the Doomfist from Ryu, but not successful in my books.
And thank goodness they had added in one of the latest patches for Brigitta's charge to actually basically work as a Rhine charging a Rhine. Being a forward push stun does get stopped. They both fall down on the ground. So if Brigitte uses her shield bash on a Rhine charging, they will both get stunned and both fall on the ground. It used to be that Brigitte's thing was always trumping it, but that's what's happening now.